Your name.
Hi, my name is Derek. I'm
Perfect.
working at the mican National Park,
Okay.
and I'm the naturalist park ranger here. So I'm the one doing all the activities and stuff like that, creating them and presenting them to you.
Yeah.
So
Excellent. Perfect. See, nice introduction. I feel like you've done this before.
I'm
Uh,
doing this every time I'm doing a presentation, so it's almost mandatory. So I'm used to it in French and English. So
there you go.
there you go.
Perfect. So
So
you don't have to look at the camera all the
yeah,
time. You can just look at me because that way it becomes weird for the viewer
yeah,
who's
just
like,
staring at
"Stop
it like that.
staring at me. Just talk."
Yeah.
All right.
So today I'm doing this activity with y'all called the history of a unique point, which is a little bit of a hike around all those historic buildings and a little bit of the story behind this point. That wasn't all the other point because we had, well, as you can see, we had stuff happen here.
Uh-huh.
So the first building we're in, which was built in 1969, which is the boom shed, and this thing was built to repair and construct the boom chains, which were behind the big boats, big logging boat, and they needed beams to do that. So those actually booms. I'm sorry. So booms, what they are? This this is a boom.
Oh.
So one chain of behind those boats had 100 to 115 booms like this.
Whoa. Okay.
And this was used to have a traction behind the boat to bring all the logs with the boat.
Ah.
Because on the lake, there isn't enough current to make them go
By
fast in the current.
themselves. Yeah.
So they needed boat to do that.
Interesting.
And one boat could traction three chains of boom like that. So one chain boom could have 100,000 logs. So make that times three. 300,000 logs per. Uh, I did it.
Per trip?
Per trip. Thank you.
Yeah.
Per
Yeah.
trip and going back. So
Whoa.
going from here to at the top of the lake, which was called La Gap, which a gate because there was three big rivers going down there, and all the logs were stuck there. So the boats were starting from here, going there. It took one day.
Uh-huh.
They were putting all the logs behind the boat, and when they were coming back, it was taking 3 days to come back here. And the lake here, which is the Miskiming Lake, there's the lake get really tiny, so they had to remove the logs behind the boat and just close the chain. And here the current is good enough to make them go toward the mill, which is what in Timiskaming. And you just see them. I don't have my photos, I forgot them, but you just saw them going down the lake until they were going to Timiskaming.
Uh-huh.
So this is where they were building and repairing those, especially the booms like that. And it was like all a chain of events. So you see, there's a metal sheet there going to water.
Yeah.
So there's another one back there all the way.
Yeah.
So on the dock, you see there was a huge winch that took these booms all the way over there to bring them back on shore in here. And
Ah.
with those rails you see at the top, we call them I beams, which was all a system of chains, which was easy to put them up and turn them and all that stuff like
Ah.
that. So they were doing repairs, they were creating those booms and stuff like that. And when they were finished over here, they were putting it back down, reaching it to the winch, and then sliding them down in the water. And you see the hole under the dock. The booms were just sliding under that, going to the beach there, and then they were putting the chains between the booms, and then they were able to grab them all the way to the big boats there.
Right.
But the big boats weren't able to get in the bay here because they were too large. Because the big boats were about 55 meters long, so not as much as the T Ripper, but a little bit bigger. So we had tiny boats going in the here, like a little bit of a harbor, bringing those chains back to the big boats, and then the big boats were going to the trade.
Holy smokes, what a system.
Yeah, it was all set up.
That's
It was
crazy.
all set up. So sometime with those booms we saw over there,
Mhm.
they sometimes lost logs, even though it was all like a system where it was rolling to keep the logs in. But sometimes they were going out of the chains behind it anyway. So they had to create a job for that. And this job was very hard because they were the first in the spring and the last to go in the winter. So resistant to cold, flies, humidity, hotness, and all the kit. And they didn't, since it's a big lake, the lake Timiskaming is about 110 kilometers long. So they were doing this work section per section on the lake because they weren't, it's the lake's too big, so they weren't going back to sleep here. So they were sleeping in what we call a little bit like a boat without a motor. So we had three of those, two to sleep and one to cook stuff because obviously they need to heat. To heat. So it was mostly all in canned stuff. So pea soup, uh, meatballs. If they were lucky, they had a little pie sometime here and there. But they were it was huge, hard day of work,
Right.
and they had like a little about 30 minutes to do what they want, play cards, get their socks back together, and stuff like that. So they were sleeping in that. But where they were working with was with this, which
Mm.
is the pointing boat, which is a little bit like a long canoe. So this actually is half of a real pointing boat. So
Oh,
just
okay.
imagine this plus the same thing the other way.
Oh, okay, okay.
There
That's
were
pretty.
about
Wow, that's
12 people
long.
in this. It was
Okay.
very long.
Yeah.
And it needed to be high and flat at the bottom because wet wood is pretty heavy, right? So
Oh, yeah.
they had to be 4 to 5 guys to just pick them up and bring them back on the shore.
Really?
Yeah. So the test needed to be stable,
Jeez.
and they were using paddles to just row where they needed to go. They're sweeping the shores,
Oh man.
which is why we call them the sweepers. So they were sweeping the shores, getting back all the lost logs in piles, and then they had little boats called alligators, which is a flat bottom. They were about to go in about 1 foot deep water, and they had their own set of chains, and they were going back, bringing them back all the way over to Timiskaming.
Oh my gosh.
It's all a system. I told you.
Oh, that's craziness.
So they
Oh,
were always on the water. They were
right.
never coming back here.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. We think.
So, so this was the garage.
Okay.
I say was because it went down 2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
So this was a garage back then. It was built in 1968, like it's written there.
Yeah.
So back then, the electricity, cars, and stuff like that were all on the point here. So they're all stuffing their more advanced stuff here in the garage.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay.
Go grab a picture of
Piers
Here's
in
okay.
French and in English. Those are piers because it's literally a big box of wood
Uh-huh.
filled with rocks
Oh.
in the water,
Uh-huh.
so they can support a structure on top of the water. So here
Ah.
you're gonna see when we're gonna be later over there, you see a whole line of piers because we had a long dock there.
Ah. Okay.
So we're gonna see the closer to the shore. You see the wood. The wood made to be filled with rock
Awesome. We're gonna see more of.
in water.
Mm-hmm.
So the wood doesn't get all moldy and breaks down. So this is why the piers are still there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when you think of like Venice, for example,
Yes.
because
Yes.
the wood is underwater. That's why it
Exactly.
doesn't. Yeah.
I'll do that.
Okay.
In this little harbor.
Nice. So they're parking here and getting out and
Kind
doing,
of, yeah.
doing whatever they're
Getting
doing.
food, people coming in and going back with boats.
Right. How do you know it was like a harbor? Like there's no
We
like.
have photos and we have
Okay.
and
Dumb question.
we interviewed people that were working here.
Oh, right. Yeah, because not that long ago.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not that
Yeah.
long
Yeah. Yeah.
ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
You're
Fair.
gonna see inside of the stopping place. The way we had people. We interviewed a guy who was working here for 40 years,
Wow.
which just died 2 years ago.
Oh.
Which is sad, but he gave us all those
The
information.
story.
You
Yeah.
see, and
Yeah.
you see the same guy at first when he was young, And then you see
Wow.
photos later, about 40 years later,
Oh, wicked.
and it's very cool to see.
Oh, I love stuff like that.
So I'm gonna make you a little game, all right? I want you to check out the walls of this,
Okay.
Mhm.
all the way over there.
Mhm.
And what do you see? That's different.
The wood changes. It
Yeah.
goes as vertical and horizontal.
Exactly.
Oh,
So
okay.
this is actually two buildings.
Ah.
This
Okay.
is the carpentry, and then this is the. I'm gonna get back on that later. It's written over there. So the carpentry. This is where they were doing all the wood stuff, benches, windows, everything they were building in wood from here was made in there. And this is what they were doing to creating the pointing boat, finishing the pointing boat.
Ah.
Because we
Okay.
saw that the pointing boat were large and long, so they were tired of them taking all the place in the carpentry. So they built this part to just open the sliding door inside, and then they were sliding in the boat there. And over here they were painting the boat, finishing all the touch ups, and then you see the door over there.
Mm-hmm.
They were just pushing it back in the harbor,
Ah.
so it was already in the harbor and ready to go.
Makes sense. I love context. We walked
You-
past there and took pictures of this, and we're like,
I
"That looks
can't. I
nice."
can't make you go inside yet, sadly. Probably next year we're gonna have some things inside.
Right. I was looking inside and in the window, and you see stuff is old there.
Yeah.
So I know it's going to be
We just
something.
painted
Yeah.
the exterior last year.
There's something metal in there. Is it like a tank of some kind
Exactly.
for holding something? Water.
There's two tanks holding diesel.
Diesel. Okay, the fuel. Gotcha.
Fuel.
Yeah.
48,000 liters of fuel, to be more exact. So in the end, of course, at first they were using coals and to get things working here, but at the end they were using diesel because it was more efficient, more easy to do. So they had a little
Like a hose, a pipe, something.
pipe. Thank
A
you.
pipe. Yeah.
It was a pipe. So with gravity, the gas were just going down here in the forge and the carpentry shop, and also behind you there. This is where they were putting the boats out of the water to repair the ship. Only once a year,
Right.
because they chose this place because the bay here there's almost no current and no wind. So
Ah.
in the winter, didn't need to get the water out of the water, the boat out of the water, because the ice was so thin,
Right. Okay.
so it wouldn't break the boat.
right.
So they were putting out the boat there.
Makes sense.
So they were just getting them out once a year. And this is for the little boat, because the big ones were too big for that.
Right. Okay. I as soon as you said that it was up there, I knew they were going to use gravity in some
Yeah.
way. That's why they put it up high. It makes sense.
This gets me to the mechanic shop and the forge, because without them, the point wouldn't be able to work.
Right.
Because either it was a little, well, like to a rivet.
Oh, like the nuts, the bolts.
Yeah, nuts, bolt.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Whether it was a little boat, or a big sheet of metal, this was them making it.
Makes
here,
sense. Yeah.
locally. And if they weren't there, well, there was no point here at all.
Yep.
So this one was built in 1964 because the first one burnt.
Oh no.
So the port was running about 80 years here until started in 1904 and in 1979, and we only had two blacksmiths,
Wow.
which is for two forge because it burned down.
Jeez.
So they were doing a lot of heavy work lifting here.
Yeah.
So as you can see, it's been hotter in here.
Mhm.
So can you just imagine the blacksmiths working all day in this
Oh,
heat?
God.
No,
With
thank you.
fire?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah. No, thank
So
you.
normally we have a huge show back there, but we have problems with it this year. So sadly, we won't
Or
be
like
able
some
to
kind
show
of
that.
AR kind of thing, like some
A
virtual
little
kind
bit.
of
So
thing.
we had a blacksmith on the wall.
Like an
who
actual
did-
person.
Yeah. an
Oh,
actual
okay, like a
person.
reenactment of it.
Like
Oh.
an image of an actual person.
Right. Yeah.
Doing blacksmith.
That's cool.
Stuff.
That's cool.
And the white stuff on our hair was all the not the splashes,
The sparks or the
sparks, exactly.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
spark
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
it was
that's
hitting
nice.
Yeah.
was hitting the metal,
Wicked.
so it was all.
Oh,
What nice.
doing it so you can imagine.
I love that. That's cool. I love creative stuff like that. That makes it because it makes it immersive, and I
Yeah.
love that.
So
Yeah.
if you want to explore a little bit, you can. There's a lot of old stuff in here.
Look at the logs. I think Go, you took pictures of all that, right?
Took, photos of
So this actually isn't in touch with the forge. It's another side effect research.
Mm.
this. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's not. Oh, yeah. I mean, they're scuba divers, so
Yes,
of course they're researching something here. It's not anything to do with
They
logs.
searched out the temperature was 300 to 400 years ago.
Right,
With just logs on the water like this.
Wow.
It's an old process.
Gears.
The gears, exactly. So
Yeah.
if you wanted to go slow,
Yeah.
the big
Gotcha.
one. If you needed to turn fast, the little one.
Right. Wicked. That's so cool. That thing was called Picaroons.
Picaroons.
Okay.
I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure it's called picaroon.
Okay.
Using it to bring the booms in.
Cool.
So we got it out of there because we didn't want it to go through.
Oh yes. Yeah. Makes sense. Is this another example?
The game of looking at the wall. So at the wall, I want you to remark two things on all the way.
Well, that wall is different than this wall, and this wall is different than that wall. Then and the end there, and this one. I see like there's four different divisions here. Yeah, I don't know if you want to include the little shed thing. So I would say five.
This
Five.
is 3 parts.
3 parts.
Three
I was
parts?
close.
So we got this one. I'm wanting something else, which is a little bit more obvious than the 3 parts. Over there,
The dock?
the wall.
Oh.
Which, look at how it's made.
So it's made with the wood and then that material in the middle. That's the
Exactly.
kind of like cement, but not cement.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you look at it here, it's all
Just wood.
Just wood.
just wood. So this is made by hand. This is made with tools.
Mm.
So this part over there, the first part, was built in 1883.
Oh, okay.
So that's that part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So the first part was built by Joseph Jourdain, which is just a lumberjack going in with his family to lumber woods and stuff like that. But Mr. Jourdain had a little bit of bad luck in life and he died in 1888. So his wife sold the house and all the point here for about $700.
700.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where was I when she was selling that?
$700. $700. And he sold it to a guy named Alexander Lumsden. And this guy was the first to put a little bit of boats there, steamboats and stuff like that. And this guy was also the one to give it to name stopping place Jourdain, because he was letting people going around on the lake still to sleep in here again with some money. So this is where the name stopping place Jourdain came in. And then in 1904, Mr. Ramsden sold it to the ICO, the Upper Improvement Ottawa Company, which has all the working of the logging on the Ottawa River and included the lake here, Timiskaming Lake.
Nice.
And then all the stuff we visited earlier, they built it. The ICO built it because there was about 300 guys working here at its peak. So they had obviously to get more space in here. So in 1904, they built the second part of the stopping place Jourdain, which was the place where they eat and the
Hang out? Chill?
Sleep? No?
no, where they were eating and they were cuisine,
Cooking.
cooking.
Okay.
Just the kitchen is in
Yeah, the
there.
kitchen.
The kitchen. Yeah. We help you because we were inside. So
Yeah.
yeah, the kitchen. Yeah.
1903, you said.
1904.
Oh,
1904. Okay.
Okay.
So they added the kitchen
They
and a
added a
place for them
kitchen
to
and a
eat.
place to eat.
So it's kind of like
Okay.
a cafeteria
A
type
little
of
bit.
style. Yeah, where people can get
So
together.
this is actually built long. I mean, long. It's not long time ago,
No.
but
But
it's
still
a long
old.
time
It's still
ago.
old.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
that
it
old.
does. It
Not
doesn't
that
It's
old,
sound
yeah.
old. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's more than 100 years old.
Yeah.
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 With this part.
Definitely. Yeah.
Not the outside because we will make it look pretty now. But
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
inside's a little bit more vintage.
You
Yeah,
could
yeah.
smell it.
Yeah.
Vintage, you can smell
I
vintage.
like-
And they
like
also
that
had a
smell. Yeah.
second floor.
Right.
So the second floor on both sides were where some people slept. Not all the people, because we weren't able to make 200 people sleep here.
Yeah.
So we had a sleep cave left over there, which is not there anymore. So yeah, you'll see inside you have two uh,
Parts.
stairs.
Stairs, yeah, we saw one
Okay,
right
yeah,
here.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Two set of stairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this one over here was for the ones making the food, which is the two women that were among those 200 men. Because there were about 3 women for 200 men here,
Oh my God.
and they were just the one.
Poor woman.
Yeah.
No. I feel the women here, from what I'm understanding here, they had the ultimate respect
Yeah.
because they're the ones making the food.
Yes.
So it wasn't
For
poor women.
300 people.
It's a lot of work.
Exactly.
It's a lot of
Because
work,
they were-
but they had the most
because-
respect, though, from what
Because
I
they were
They
the
get.
one
should.
making the food.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know.
Because
And mostly the main cook here was the husband, usually, of the chore boy, which was a little bit of a guy doing everything.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
could be making everything, and they
Mhm.
were sleeping here
Uh-huh.
in the second floor.
Right.
Mhm.
But there's also a second set of stairs, because obviously the rich couldn't sleep with the poor.
Oh.
That
Okay.
was
So-
still going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Right.
all the captains, the cashier, the engineers, and stuff like that were sleeping on the other side of the wall that were still going up. I can't let you go on the second floor, sadly.
That's okay.
There's
Yeah.
always dividing people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it was the divide
Yeah.
between the rich and the poor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Still, even though there were 3 sleeping here
Yeah.
that were quote unquote poor.
But
Yeah.
they're still in the same building.
Yeah.
So, I mean, come
Same
on.
line, yeah, breathing
You're still
same.
going to get the poor germs if you're in the same building.
I'm always thinking, why is that? But never mind. That's different. Different topic.
Whatever. It's, yeah. It was,
And remember when I was talking about the food they were eating on the lake with the sweepers? Well,
Mhm.
here was very different, because they had a place where they were stocking ice. They had fresh meat.
ooh.
They had the nurtured a place to grow. God.
Vegetables
Vegetables.
and
thank
fruits
you.
and stuff.
Which
Yeah.
fruits and vegetable.
Yeah.
So they had varied food, very various food, and fresh meat and fresh, and they
Nice.
were doing roots vegetable in there. So everything was fresh and
Mm.
always changing. Many desserts and stuff like that.
Nice.
So they were
Wow.
liking the woman here. I remember in one of the texts I read, one of the guy working on the sweep said he wanted to swim about 1,000 kilometers just to taste his apple
Pie, maybe.
pie, not just apple pie.
Strudel.
It's, yeah, strudel, something
Apple
like
strudel.
Something.
Yeah.
Wow.
that. Like, yeah, so because it was so good.
Yeah.
So the miss here was very popular, and when the food was ready, we had a huge bell there, and when it was ready, they were just ringing
Ring
the
the
bell,
bell.
Okay.
and they were able to come in.
Oh, good. Wait. Let's film that. Coming in. Okay.
They just built another part of the house to get more space in the kitchen. And I like this photo a lot because it's a mirror of this wall.
Right. Oh, it's perfect. Wow.
The water heater, the
Yeah, you could see where the pipe went through.
exactly.
That's
The
amazing.
table.
Oh, the water heater. Yeah. That's awesome. Can we-
And when they were done making food over here, they were just passing it here.
Ah, like a service.
Yeah,
like a
exactly.
service.
Like a cafeteria.
Yeah, like a cafeteria. That's amazing. So it's gonna go like this, and then we'll go like this. That's cool. I really love stuff like this because I feel
Once upon a good time, the outside of the house,
this is the original one.
original one,
Right,
untouched.
right. So outside it, like, what do you mean, like?
We did the
Painted and-
painted and do some stuff to make sure everything is all right.
Right.
But here we did nothing.
Yeah, so just to
You can
keep
see-
it.
You can see all the hatchets work here. Wow. Which is all Mr. Jodoin's work.
Oh, that's cool. That's amazing. So go over. Just you could take a picture of this wall here if you want, because this is the original wall of the
This
building.
wall was untouched.
Oh, okay.
Like yeah, they
Definitely.
outside they touched it up.
This was once the outside. I'm not
Okay.
saying maybe the ICO did some touch-ups here and there, but the most part was Mr. Jodoin's work.
Yeah. So the original.
Okay,
This whole wall actually.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I guess it makes sense because it's sort of inside.
Yeah.
So. Cool. All right. Now we can get an explanation for this.
So usually when I do my big presentation, I talk about these before. So these aren't sweepers; they're raftsmen.
Oh, okay. So I thought they were the okay.
Because
But I knew it couldn't be the sweepers because they were in the longboats.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
so those were before all the logging stuff was going on.
Ah, okay.
Because before they needed those logs, they only needed those big stuff like this to build boats in Britain, in Great Britain.
Right.
So when something happened between France and Britain, they didn't have access to the Scandinavian part anymore. So all their wood that was there, they couldn't access there anymore. So when they saw us in Quebec, all those great pine we had, like, oh, look at that! So they were cutting those pines directly on the floor, like
Right.
not on the water, and they were shipping it up like this in huge square rectangles, stuff like that. So not cutting the top and bottom, just put it in the water. No. They were just all shipping it up by hand like this, all by hand. And when they had enough to do a raft, they were just putting it on the water and just going down the current to Quebec City.
Wow.
From over here, from the top of the lake. And then they were getting this back down to ship it all the way to the other side of the Atlantic Ocean.
So is that the wood that they were using to work with?
To build the boats.
To build the boats. Right. So that's the actual. So the wood that they're using is what they create the raft with.
Exactly.
It's just logical. It just makes sense to me. Like it floats, so why not use that, right?
That process took about 2 years.
Wow.
Because on the other, there's obviously many rapids and cascades and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the longest part was because that you all get it back, all destroy it, put it down in the rapids, and then what was the long part was finding all the parts down of the rapids.
So they had to put them down one at a time and then go collect them again at the end and then put it back together again.
And then on the next rapid, putting it back out together. And then
That's way too much.
so this is why it took 2 years.
Yeah.
To just get from here to about Quebec City.
Oh my gosh.
And we're living on this. They were.
My God, what a life, eh?
Yeah.
Look, there's even a little sail there just in case
If
they get a little bit of wind.
So remember when I was talking about the little houseboat?
Yeah.
Those are it.
Uh-huh.
And this is the real floating boat.
Yeah, okay.
So that's that red boat that you took a picture of. That's the
Yeah,
full
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So those guys were sleeping in this on the lake.
Wow. Okay.
That's cool.
If you want to take a picture of how the park came to be, this is the timeline.
I took a picture of that.
All right.
When we were in here. So maybe it's a good thing we actually came ahead of time.
Yeah.
So all these boats here, these are all different boats?
Yeah, that was here.
Ah, wow.
If you want a little idea of what it was like up here, on the second floor.
I'm just gonna take video of this.
Okay, that's a good idea. That's cool.
If you want a little idea of the salary back then, of the pay back then.
Captain 135. What is this per month?
per month.
Yeah. But you know what? We learned something over at the log cabin place, the log place, that bread was like 5 cents.
Yeah.
So it makes sense when you change it.
12
Yeah.
cents for the dozen egg.
Yeah. See, so that's why when you look at it, it's like that's it, right? Like my groceries completely are more than that these days.
Yeah. So remember the guy I was talking about? This is him. So this photo was this name. His name is Guillaume Lacroix. So this photo was taken 1945.
Yeah.
And this is the same guy in 1970.
That's wicked.
Fair. Okay, let me see. 45. Oh, look at that.
And you just did a video with him, you said, right?
Yeah, normally we have an interview with him on this side.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
don't have
Okay,
electricity
okay.
anymore here. So.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely taken.
I love the log pictures. That's just cool. Actually, you know what, Bob? If you could take a picture of this writing here.
So what year is this?
1970.
1970, and
This
this
is 1945.
So is he still alive?
No,
He
Yeah.
just the docks, not the docks, the piers.
Exactly.
I'm going to
That's awesome.
So there was 3 long docks there for the big boats to
Mm.
get people in and food in and stuff like that. And you see the rails going back down there.
Yeah.
This is where they were repairing the big boats,
Ah.
bigger boats, because they were so huge and big that it took about 1 week to get them out of the water.
1 week.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. That's amazing. Awesome.
Orchard now.
Ah.
Raspberries, blackberries, apples.
Really?
Still there.
But are people allowed to pick it?
A little bit. You can pretty much only have a hand,
Uh-huh.
because otherwise people go overboard.
Yeah, they'll treat it like it's
Yeah.
pick your own fruit.
Food for immediate consumption.
Yeah.
So this was the house of the big boss.
Oh.
It's nice, yeah.
Yeah. So this guy over here that was living in here was busting around everything that was going on the lake.
Oh.
Here it was all the way at the gap, all the way to the mill at Timiskaming, and here too.
Right.
So this guy obviously had some perks. So
Just
he had
a little.
his own house,
Nice.
his own orchard, his own place to grow vegetables, his own toilets. He had his family with him,
Nice.
his wife, his kid. At one point, he even had a fence
Oh,
all the way
of
over
course. A white fence, a little white
here. His
picket
own
fence.
beach, his own dock.
Oh, nice.
It was to him,
Just for him.
and this was built around 1950.
Wow.
And normally I don't have this. Normally I have a photo of around this time, and you see those big pine tree
Yeah.
on that one photo. Those trees were
Ah,
yeah.
of course. Yeah.
now they're all grown up.
And
That's
they're
amazing.
huge now.
Yeah, they're huge now.
Yeah.
Because before we had any building here, they had nothing to attach the boat on.
Okay.
So since we were afraid of all the fire stuff, because all the pines are leaving little
Yes, fine.
Acorns.
no.
Pine cones.
No.
Oh.
it's-
Oh, this
Oh,
needle.
needles.
Needles,
The needles.
exactly.
Yeah.
And this is very flammable.
Yes.
Yes.
So instead of risking burning it all, they just cut all the pines tree there.
Oh. Okay.
But those on the shore of the lake, because this is where they were attaching the boats at first. So all the pine at the shore here never got cut.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is why they're all this big now.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. Because this is pretty much a what's that word called? Kinder? Not kinder. It's the stuff that you would use to start a fire because it's flammable, easy to burn.
Yeah.
It's
Anything
Yeah.
about pine.
And
Yeah.
at first everything was in wood, so
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
a good idea.
yeah, exactly.
So if you ever go further all the way back there and really far, about 1 kilometer there, we have the sawmill little sawmill that you can sit there, eat, and stuff like that. And the original saw is still there,
Oh wow.
so you can sit there, eat, take photos, and stuff like that. But I won't go there because it's pretty far.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
not
We have to go to Kippo. Wow.
Yeah.
We have to go
So
to
if
the
you
other
have
side now.
time, you
Yeah.
can, but it's still pretty far.
Yeah.
So this little presentation was pretty much to present this side of the park, because here we're one of the only parks that have this much historic buildings still there, and to know really the history behind it without the people, because it was ended not that long ago. So this presentation normally I do a little longer, but it presents in detail why it's still there and why it's fun to see how they did that back then, and obviously to not do this again because it wasn't that good for the environment. Environment,
Yeah. The environment. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
still pretty impressive to see how big it was. This industry that
Yes.
now doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's digital.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the other